transformation as far as energy sector is concerned, especially energy transition. A lot of initiatives that the government has taken. Can you give us some sense about your future strategy going forward?
We are very much part of the energy transition that's taking place in a number of different ways. First and foremost is in the energy storage side. We are manufacturing batteries right now, lead acid, and in going forward, lithium-ion cells also will be making. So from energy storage side, it's very important to have about 10 to 20% of the generating capacity in renewables should have storage capability. Today that's not the case. Even though government policy is in place, on the ground it's not being installed. So there are several ways to create that storage. At a grid level, you can do, the piped hydro, but that is only for grid level solutions, and you can't do it everywhere. There's a limitation based on geography and so many other things where you cannot do that. So you cannot have a full-fledged integrated storage system without battery. So that's something that we are looking at developing and promoting more.
Already have a PLI scheme in this regard, but do you see that the government should come forward in a way of launching yet another PLI scheme in terms of manufacturing a storage system or developing here in the country?
The first PLI was, I think, it wasn't fully subscribed because there were some issues with some of the firms not being qualified. So the round 2 has been floated now. Let's wait and see the results of that before we can comment on future rounds.
In terms of import, because we are still largely dependent on imports when it comes to power equipments, and the China being our neighboring country, and we have some other issues as well with the China. So in that context, what would be your recommendation to the government to incentivize industry in the context of having proper capacity here?
Yeah, so what we need support from the government is to help us to become independent. Right. For that we need they need to facilitate us and not create roadblocks or import duties on manufacturing equipment. Right. Because today Chinese manufacturing equipment is being used all over the world, wherever lithium-ion cells are being made, whether it's in North America or in Europe or in even Japan and Korea. The manufacturing equipment is coming from China. So we cannot escape that. We shouldn't be restricted in terms of importing equipment, nor should we be restricted in getting the right people to come and install and commission it. Now, when I asked the question, the response was that you don't need Chinese technicians to come and turn a screwdriver. But I think it's a little more complicated than that. You can't oversimplify. Because if in the lithium-ion cell making, tuning the machine is very important. And while you're tuning it, there's a lot of raw material that gets used and wasted. Before you know it, if it takes time to tune it, you'll be losing billions of dollars in raw material by the time you tune it properly. So time is of the essence. Having qualified people who know what they're doing to get the machine running efficiently as quickly as possible is very important in order to not burn so much money.
Okay, well, last question on a gigafactory for the manufacturing of lithium-ion batteries. Some companies have already announced their plan. If you are also planning in this regard.
Yeah, we have also announced our plans. We've acquired the land in Telangana. We've started construction of our pack assembly unit, and soon after completing that, we'll be starting our first gigafactory construction as well. We expect in the next 18 to 24 months we should be manufacturing cells from that location. And we're in the